Hello, everyone. We welcome you to our channel with a new video on basics of English. Hurry! Let's go. Learn new topic. Topic: Idioms and phrases. Idioms and phrases are expressions used in language to convey meanings beyond the literal definition of the words. They are often culturally specific and can be tricky for non-native speakers to understand. Here's a breakdown of both. The main difference between idioms and phrases lies in how their meanings are derived and understood. Key differences. Idioms, figurative, need cultural context, and often not directly understandable from the words used. Phrases can be literal, straightforward, and the meaning is usually clear from the words themselves. Some phrases can be figurative, but most are not as cryptic as idioms. In short, idioms are a special kind of phrase with meanings that aren't directly related to the individual words, while phrases can be understood more directly. 1. Idioms. Idioms are figurative expressions with meanings that cannot be deduced directly from the individual words. The meaning of an idiom is established by common usage within a language. Figurative meaning. Idioms have meanings that are not directly related to the individual words. The meaning is metaphorical and established through common usage in a language. Cultural or contextual understanding. You often need to know the cultural or contextual background to understand what an idiom means. Examples: kick the bucket. This idiom means to die. But you wouldn't guess that just by looking at the words a kick here and a bucket. Raining cats and dogs means it's raining heavily, not literally that animals are falling from the sky. Break the ice. To initiate conversation in a social setting. Bite the bullet. To face a painful situation with courage. Let the cat out of the bag. To reveal a secret. 2. Phrases. Phrases are groups of words that work together to convey a specific idea. Unlike idioms, phrases can be either literal or figurative, and their meaning is often easier to understand based on the context. Literal or straightforward meaning. Phrases are groups of words that work together, and their meanings can often be understood directly from the words used. Phrases don't usually have hidden or figurative meanings. Easier to understand. Phrases typically do not require any special knowledge or context to interpret. Examples: the book on the table, or a simple phrase that means exactly what it says. After the storm, refers to the time following a storm, interpreted literally. On the same page, being in agreement or having a shared understanding. Piece of cake, something that is very easy to do. Under the weather, feeling sick or unwell. For the IELTS exam, using idioms and phrases can help you achieve a higher band score in the speaking and writing sections if used correctly and naturally. Here are idioms and phrases commonly used in academic and conversational or general contexts that can be useful for IELTS. Idioms for IELTS. Your blessing in disguise. Something that seems bad at first but turns out to be beneficial. Example: losing that job was a blessing in disguise. It pushed me to start my own business. Burn the midnight oil. To work late into the night. Example: I had to burn the midnight oil to finish my essay on time. Costs an arm and a leg. Very expensive. Example: studying abroad costs an arm and a leg, but it's worth it for the experience. Hit the nail on the head. To describe something accurately. Example: you hit the nail on the head when you said that time management is crucial for success. Bite off more than you can chew. To take on a task that is too difficult. Example: I think I bit off more than I could chew by trying to complete 2 research projects at once. A piece of cake. Something that is very easy to do. Example: the listening section of the IELTS exam was a piece of cake for me. Actions speak louder than words. What you do is more important than what you say. Example: many politicians make promises, but actions speak louder than words. The ball is in your court. It's your turn to make a decision or take action. Example: I've done everything I can. Now the ball is in your court. Get the hang of it. To learn how to do something after practicing. Example: at first, I struggled with writing essays, but after a few attempts, I got the hang of it. In the same boat. To be in the same difficult situation as someone else. Example: everyone preparing for the IELTS exam is in the same boat. We're all nervous. Phrases for IELTS. In my opinion, used to introduce your viewpoint. Example: in my opinion, global warming is one of the biggest challenges we face. As a matter of fact. Used to add emphasis to something you're saying. Example: as a matter of fact, many students struggle with the listening section of the IELTS. For instance, or to provide an example. Example: there are many advantages to learning a second language. For instance, it can improve job prospects. On the other hand, to introduce an alternative perspective. Example: a technology has improved our lives in many ways. On the other hand, it has also made us more dependent on devices. To some extent. To show partial agreement with something. Example: I agree with the statement to some extent, but there are other factors to consider. In conclusion. Or to signal the end of an argument or point. Example: in conclusion, maintaining a healthy lifestyle is essential for long-term well-being. Take into account. To consider or remember something. Example: when writing your essay, take into account the examiner's expectations. In the long run. Over a long period of time. Example: although studying abroad is expensive, it will benefit you in the long run. It's worth mentioning. To highlight an important point. Example: it's worth mentioning that IELTS preparation requires consistent effort. As far as I'm concerned. Used to express your personal viewpoint. Example: as far as I'm concerned, climate change is an urgent issue that requires immediate action. Tips for using idioms and phrases in IELTS. Use idioms sparingly and naturally in conversation. Overuse can sound forced or inappropriate. Avoid very informal idioms in the writing section, especially in Task 2, essay writing, which requires a formal tone. Phrases like in my opinion and for instance are great for both writing and speaking to organize your ideas clearly and logically. By incorporating these idioms and phrases, you can add variety and depth to your language, which can help improve your overall score. Thank you for watching. Like, share, subscribe and click the thumbs up button to learn English clearly and to master an IELTS. Bye.